Here's the mindful man reading another chapter from Ghost School. In the middle of the book, it showed a couple holding hands and looking like they were in love. James quickly realized that the woman in the book was the librarian. He called out the girls and they rushed over, and he pointed to the photos of the couple. Lucy gasped and even Anna looked impressed. They crowded round, eagerly awaiting the next surprising turn of the page. There was more photos of the happy couple holding hands and walking through the woods looking content. James leaned closer and he realized where he had seen the man's face before. The school's yearbook. The girls recognized him and proceeded to turn the pages with mounting excitement. The further they got into the book, the less happy they appeared. The man seemed to frown more and the librarian looked more gaunt, with a look of passion or anger blazing in her eyes. It was hard to tell which. Their mood seemed to darken with the seasons, bright and loving in the spring and cold and angry in the winter. When they got near the end, there was a dramatic change as there was no more photos of the couple, only of her. "Well," said Lucy, "I wonder where he's gone." "Maybe they've split up," said Anna. "You don't say," said Tom, with his usual dazzling smile. They turned the page to see a strange photo of a small fire with a hat and scarf laid ceremoniously on top. "Holy smoke," said Anna, "she's burning his stuff." "They must have had a big row," Lucy intoned. "Sure looks like it," said Tom. "Or maybe she killed him." "Maybe she turned into a frog," said James helpfully, but no one laughed. They turned the next page apprehensively. All of the photos were scratched out, all except one. It was a mound of earth that had been created looking ominously like a grave. "Oh my God," the girls said together. "She did kill him and he's buried in the woods." "You must have cheated on her," said Tom, as if this was justification. "Makes you want to stay celibate," said James. "Too right," said Tom. The rest of the photo album was empty. "I wonder if anyone else knows about this," said Lucy. "They must do," replied Anna. It was at that moment that the shutters banged together, making everyone jump. Tom marched over to close them. "It's just the weather," he said. The girls were relieved until a picture flew off the wall and shattered into pieces. "I think it's time to go," said Tom, trying not to sound scared. They all agreed and set off back into the woods. The sky had darkened and the woods took on an ominous quality. Each snap of a twig or hoot of an owl made them jump and walk a little faster. Lucy and Anna were holding hands, comforting each other as Tom and James marched on confidently before them. "I hope we don't go anywhere near that horrid grave," whispered Lucy. "Don't mention it," said Anne, who always thought of herself as a bit of a tomboy, but she was losing her resolve. Tom and James made small talk until a piercing scream from behind them made them jump out of their skins in fear. "Oh my God," said the girls, hugging each other and crying. "It's the librarian. She must have realized we've been to the cottage." The boys comforted them and hurried the girls along to the clearing. More screams echoed behind them, growing fainter and fainter like the memory of a bad dream. The woods began to thin out and they could see the light shining through. "They're all relieved to be back in the school. That's the last time we go there," said Lucy angrily. "Amen to that," said Anne. Tom and James laughed it off, but inside they were shaking up. They all slept fitfully that night, with the librarian's angry face and blazing eyes cutting into their dreams uninvited and unwanted. The next day they decided to do more research on her. There were a few articles on her career, but nothing concerning her doomed affair, so they decided to research her lover and victim. His obituary appeared in the local paper. Hope you enjoyed this chapter. Please sub me.